Oh, there we are. We're working. Sorry for that. Alright, good morning to the African Crypto Warlord Show. I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry for the little bit of the delay. You can't stream when you have YouTube open on two machines. Alright, welcome back. Please do like and subscribe. As you can see, the shill of any channel under 1,000 followers. Today we're going to be looking into Bitcoin. Furthermore, we're going to be demarcating some intraday ranges, and then from there we will be able to pull it out into a long-term analysis. What I've left on is some BNB that we can quickly scalp onto, and some Pepe. So if you're here and you're in the beginning, we can put some Pepe on. There's a lot of guys that are getting along. Your general recovery zone is, I don't even want to say the numbers, is not 3 bars higher. Why are you being this stupid? Price range. Shoop is looking at about a 13% pullback to the upside, more than likely sometime during the day. Otherwise, we'll be looking for serious failure on higher term time frames. So let's just go put it on the 3 hour whilst we're here. See if there's any follow through that will allow direction to the upside. Come on, trading view today. Alright, contraction. You're looking for any closes below this previous wick on the 3 hour for continuation drive down. Furthermore, it gets very hard to save. Oh, I have to do percentages. I can't even read these units. At about 0.3, at about 0.4% lower than current price right now, you can look for continuation to the downside. If it holds above there, you look for mean reversion into the daily mean. Let's put this back on Bitcoin. BTC USD. All right. Here's a analysis of BNB BTC USD, BNB BTC pairing. What can we see here? We're just bouncing in between these ranges. So I know someone was looking for it. The general idea is you start failing here, you're looking for here again. You start breaking out from here, you're looking for 11.55.4 or 11.269. All right, let's get into it. I want to get a general direction of what is happening with regards to BTC on the higher term time frames, and then we will be able to throw it onto the lower term time frames. Okay, so onto Poloniex. Have we put it on? No, the coin doesn't need to be here. All right, we can put a reverse wave trend on for that. So what are we looking at? Generally, we're going to be looking for direction of volatility, which will pop up in the right hand side of the panel. Then we're going to get momentum signatures, which is the middle panel, and then we can match all this L shape to pivots. All right, let's get to it. Any closes below this orange line on the top left, you will look for the continuation signal for the bear. So that is at 28.593. Any closes below 28.593. What else is matching there? There is a JMA in the region as well, roundabout. So what can we see? This is the 21 day. So it's 50-50. It is looking for a new, it's looking for a new trend. And one thing that we have to be super observant of is we're having a mean reversion phase on the 21 day. That is a long-term time frame signature. That's at least for a whole quarter. As you can see down here, Jan from December 24th. Now we finally mean reverted. Okay, so now I'm expecting a long time to the downside when we start failing below. I need to super zoom here. Sorry. When we start closing below $27,000, you look for continuation down on the 21 day. Now we have the 14 day, which should have been put on the 14 day. Okay, so this is the 14 day. What can we see? We can see we're losing positive drift to the upside, getting hammered by 2 hidden bear divs, 3 if you include the 2021 day, and it's losing its positive drift. What does this mean? It means that it's going to get harder and harder for the lower term time frames to keep on setting higher highs. Okay, what does that mean? That means that there's more money to be made shorting it. Right? The candles will be bigger to the downside. 7 day, we're having some nice continuation off of our PB coin back into these regions, and as we demarcated yesterday, we are looking for a touchdown into this 7333 mark. Any closes below 7333, we do look for continuation to the downside. I do suspect that for the rest of the week, until stated otherwise on the low term time frames, there's still going to be bear pressure, okay, to the downside. What is the target I'm looking at? I'm looking at about 24 grand and a half, roughly. It's a moving target, so just call it 25 grand for now. What have we got here? We've got a Laplace distribution curve cone pretty much right at 24,800. So that is a viable target for me as I see DLP falling through, looking for continuation to the downside. So until stated otherwise, this is bearish. What can we see? We can see some expansion on the 5 day to the downside, also with a bear div. So there's all of these time frames, all 4 time frames above have hidden bear div, okay, and that's not so good. Hidden bear div on the 5 days definitely with its continuation right now is looking for 26,357. Furthermore, all the way down to 19,085. As you can see, as we had on our 7 day, there's also a whole bunch of targets that can be nailed over here to slow it down from falling out of 1983. Okay, so bear divs, we're looking for some continuation drive. Only thing that's not giving it the legs to break outside of this initial reverse wave trend to the downside here would be the fact that DLP is still in a positive, its positive structure. It's just telling you that positive returns are decaying, so the up candles are going to get smaller. That's what it tells you. So it's a slow bleed down. Alright, so this is expansion on the 3 day. It's looking for legs, but it's not in its trend. Even though we have had a big dump, it looks like you're going to have an even bigger dump. So the 3 day closes in 16 hours and 35 minutes. Very important time frame for me when it comes to times like these. And why do I say that? That's just because no one's really using the 3 day, and the 3 day takes a lot of patience to finally line up with everyone. Okay, because it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, so 5 day, 7 day, 21 day. You've got to keep on adding them up. Anyway, so when it does get to those points where they have the divisible numbers by 5 or 3, then we know, okay, time to really start looking into this data. Anyway, so carry on with bears to the downside. Let's go see if there's anything important on the lower term time frames suggesting that this could either try save itself here, but I'm surprised with these signatures coming through the book that we aren't a little bit lower. So I'm going to go looking for hidden bull divs and stuff like that. Okay, so what can we see here? This is the 24 hours, this is the daily time frame. Now, everything has sort of mean reverted to the downside. Given our DLP has hit an outlier, but we haven't hit a flash yet to say, okay, this is a significant region. I don't have any points of data on the 24 hour, I don't think. I suppose if it closed below here, it would be the outlier. Okay, so any closes above 27,472 could start sending an upside range to at least the daily mean. It printed, we have touched it, so it doesn't necessarily mean we have to touch it again. So the 24 hours is currently trying to put in a bullish posturing, but that is only because it had a huge wick to the downside and it opened up here, and it hasn't pretty much matched the size of the wick. Okay, when it does, you'll be able to see easily with returns what is going on, and that would more than likely switch the bull div off as soon as it gets to the wick. Alright, 12 hour, a little bit of hopium on the 12 hour with these reverse wave trends. It was trying, wait, let me double check. I need to put these ones on, take that off. Yeah, okay, so it was yesterday then. So yesterday, as we did demarcate, this was the last hopium in the top right here. I'll zoom in on the left as well. This was the last hopium stance at 28,608-ish region. If it could close above there, it would have a very strong opportunity to mean revert to the upside. Beautiful fake out. Currently, indicators are going to get overextended now that we have fallen outside of a reverse wave trend. So, as we start falling outside of reverse wave trend, 26,289, and any closes above 27,961 on the 24-hour would I only rarely start to look to get bullish again. Now the 12-hour also trying to do a last little hopium love touch over here, and we have pretty much sideways in volatility. Things are losing correlation, losing its trend to the downside on the 12-hour. Sure, it has been quite a nice one from up here when we were live in the evening, I suppose. Yeah, so quite a nice pullback. I'm still looking for a continuation drive furthermore to the downside, but I don't know if it's going to resolve maybe within the next... We're going to have to wait for Wednesday. This looks like a Wednesday potential target at the top here, which will match up with the VRE level. Let me throw it on. Up here, yeah. Okay, so I'm looking for an initial pullback maybe by Wednesday. If this does start to hold its structure down here in the day, during the day, I do look for a pullback tomorrow to round about 28,600. Okay, we're getting a whole bunch of liquidity here. What's a nice thing to do? Yes, you can set in a lower low. Now you've got to hit a higher high, set a lower low, set a lower high, and carry on down. As you can see, that's like if I was to turn this off, there would be pattern traders. I can see what is happening here. It's one of those upside down W's, but I don't need to really validate that. I just go like this. Alright, I can put them all on and then go, where do they most cross? That is where the zone of liquidity is, and it doesn't matter what the pattern is, it's just cross here. Now there's going to be a lot of liquidity sitting here on the weekly. Okay, you only get to the weekly if you start clearing 27,870. Once you start doing that, you can look for continuation to the upside. So now we're back onto the 6 hour over here. 6 hour is starting to pretty much flip the book here. We have some return oscillators coming through, so there might be an intraday long as we get into this building here, which will close in 4 hours. Any closes above where it currently is, you can look for continuation to the upside, given you need to wait for volatility to stop expanding down. So I think that would be triggered on the next candle when it prints. Otherwise this will have to be a very big candle, and then therefore it will be front run, and therefore it will be easy to short when it gets into these regions. Okay, so contraction, whilst positively correlated, still killing it. So there's a low term time frame pump coming through here. I'm guessing it's going to be the 90 minutes, as this turned down quite easily. So what's this saying? It's losing correlation to the downside. So now it's going to start ranging for a moment, and for, as I say, maybe the next 3 hour to 6 hour, you'll get your print. So what do we have here? We have the 90 minute. 90 minute only rarely gets the expansion in volatility if it starts closing above 27,641. All right, looks like we can get a touch here. These indicators are not saying that is currently viable, but because we can watch market structure, we know what's happening. So 15 minute is expanding to the upside. It's going to get capped here at 27,633. All right, 27,633 starting to come up. 27,633. So there's ultimate power mean here. This is its charge. Is it strong enough? It doesn't really look strong enough for the run right now to the daily mean, which if it does recover from, okay, we'll have to go like halfway in case there's a pullback, which is about a 1% move. This doesn't look like it has the legs, and this 15 minute pop over here, contraction, okay, let's have a looky see. If this contraction phase in volatility can keep price action in this region, then we'll know, sweet, the next one can push it into the mean. Alright, and if it pushes into the mean and holds with positive drift, then we know she can get quite set up for higher term pull up. What we got here, denied by mean reversion, 50-50, 50-50. All right, there, and this is the 1 minute. Let me go back to the 15 minute. Let me go back to the 15 minute and just demarcate regions for you guys. Alright, so sometime today I would expect BTC to come and touch 27,857. Alright, if not, I have to make sure that any breakouts below 27,457 have the continuation of the 6 hour and the 3 hour. Otherwise, this is just going to be quite a trappy range, unless you're wanting to trade this range. Okay, but if you're looking for the long to maybe get back in, yeah, I would wait to see if a break at 27446 won't get you a better buy price. Now we're gonna go have a look at the 24-hour cone. You're gonna have to put the 24-hour cone on. So I didn't show the 24-hour cone in my last stream because I didn't want to give away all the sauce all in one go, because then, like today, no one would really come back because I know where all the targets are. There, make big. Alright, so here it is. Shupa, put it on, switch it off, make like lightning. I think it's 59 back. Oh, it's 159. Oh, sorry, that's the weekly. That's the weekly set at 59 bars ago. This would be 128. No, it's up to 125. What? Okay, why is this thing jumping like 100 candles? Oh, it's right here. Shit. Sorry about that. Just had very low variance. I thought it was far away. So I was right at 125, but now I'm gonna go put it back down. 1, 2. Okay. Open, high, low, close. Put it on open. Boom. Alright. Secret sauce if you're here. General structure for it to try and hold this long-term bullish trend. It would be pretty healthy in a sense to say, okay, we've been messing around over here. Let's go make some noise at 26,850. So we're getting this 26 high 26s quite often now. So any closes above here, I would prefer a touch, to be brutally honest, and then a push to the upside. But given when it does come down for the touch, all those higher term time frames with their hidden bear divs, they are just going to play through. So if they do play through from 26,787, you look for 25,200, but its magnet is $24,000, and if it fails $24,000, back to 20 grand. Okay, technically it's still in a bullish bull trend. It's still in a bullish trend if price is above $17,312. Okay, so this is still a bullish trend, believe it or not, because we've had quite a low, and as you can see, it would be quite scrumptious if that was the case. Anyway, so that's the 24-hour Laplace distribution cone. Mean reversion is at 16 grand. So from here to here is pretty much the initial target, right? This is its magnet. So 41% move to the downside. Ooh, nice and green. 37%, 23%, 12%. And to get there, it needs to fall 3%. Alright. If you found that information helpful, let me go look at the comments section. There. Alright. Let's go put up in 1 minute. See if we're going to get a continuation to the daily. Sort of 5 minute, 15 minute getting hammered with a bear. Needs to close above 27604. 1 15 minute, then the next 15 minute needs to close above 27632. Then you can generate the signal at least from these 45 minutes to push it through. 45, 90, contraction phase. Not looking too healthy for Bitcoin actually. Yeah. If it doesn't come up and hit this daily mean, if sometime in the day I was to draw a diagonal target, it's your 5-minute reverse wave trend. That's pretty much set in the first high. So as it comes up and tests it again, if it can hold above the region over here at 27,689 on the 5-minute, back into the daily mean. But after that, I'd have to do a completely different analysis, because that would more than likely be flipping around all of these. This 90-minute that's saying negative drift is still in the book. This 3-hour that's saying negative drift is still in the book. This 6-hour pretty much saying 50-50, but the dump could carry on quite easily if those 90 minutes carry on. Alright, back to bit shit on the 1 minute. Let's see, expansion should have its pop if it closes above here, opens the next one above, opens and closes above here. Could be easy. I'll push up, see if that gives it red. Give us a wick. Give us a wick. Turn this thing, this little green one says it's 50-50. Alright. Do something. Go. Do something, Bitcoin. This is boring. I'm going to be doing XRP analysis after this, and then I think I should throw it on to Ethereum. Yeah. Okay, Bitcoin's not doing anything. Sorry, homies. We're setting up the XRP charts. There. There. Just remember those targets. There. So yeah, this piece of shit looks like it's going to carry on through to the downside. There. So remember, it's this 26k region here on Bitcoin. So what you're pretty much looking at here is, this is where it becomes pretty random. Is this coin is placed at the same time Bitcoin flashed. This coin is placed at the same time Bitcoin is flashed. I don't really use this data, but I suppose if you know what you're looking at and you can trade it, yes, it's pretty viable. It's just the flashes of Bitcoin overlaid onto XRP, because Bitcoin is the most dominant in it. So you can use this as another way to, as you can see, it catches it quite nicely, these little ranges, as another way to, but we'll set them as another way to observe comparison or arbitrage opportunities or whatever you need. There. Alright, Bitcoin, are you going to do your little run to the upside? Doing something amazing? Alright, so we'll leave it on the 1 minute for Bitcoin, when we have to put the VREs on. So generally we're looking for a return to the daily mean from that breakout. So it's a 1% move. That's what you're looking for. Any failures now, where I'd start to watch for profit loss, is here. As you start closing below this orange line, it can creep up as well, but as you start to close below that orange line, I would want to start getting out. Some people would already be taking profits here. That would be a hopium analysis in that the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minute are going to be able to turn the 45 minute around. So that's the 5 minute turning itself around. Okay, so let's get into XRP. Let's go look at a poopy coin. Okay, still has opportunity to carry on expanding to the downside. Sort of where we are on the 21 day is its mean. When do we get a new 21 day? 08, 29th of May. So the end of this month, we'll get a new 21 day. Okay, so this one I think also just printed yesterday. Yeah, 2 days ago. It's still young. still young, still has a lot of red on it. General idea is if there is positive drift on anything lower than the 21-day, I'm going to expect a kickback to 43 cents 58, and then a trap from 45.87 to 43.62. So shit, that's 2-cent move. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit more precise. 14-day contracting, positively correlated, still looking for continuation to the downside. DLP is mean reverting as well. Outliers have been met. Subtle order is in and on and sitting long time ago. And ALR still looking for its deviation move. We'll turn this cone off and we will set them on when the right time appears. So it would be down here. It's one of these is fresh. Okay. Same thing here on the 7-day. Just absolutely negative. Now the trend starts to change in the long-term time frames on the 7-day when you start closing below 42 cents. So any closes below 42 cents 50, I do look for an outlier event at 35.30. Okay, remember these are moving targets, but any closes below 42 cents, you do look for continuation to the downside. Furthermore, you can see that it's hanging on the other side of the reverse wave trend. Now, this is where a lot of hopium happens, given that there's been a lot of meme coins come into the market, all this stuff. So, hey, trade at your own risk if you're going to be playing long term. Pick the ones that will beat the alts. I trade alt pairs versus alt pairs. And I'll actually make more money than trading alt versus USD pairs. Okay, so expansion to the downside is still happening 5-day with contraction and volatility. That's perfect. So this is looking for a continuation drive. Any closes below 40 cents 83. Jeepers, on a zero in there, we really do mess it up. Hidden bear div on the 3-day carries on playing through with closes below 43 cents 57 and 43.333. So any closes below there, we do look for continuation to the downside. DLP's getting ready to play the game of going red. Alright, so when she goes red, she does go red. And then it goes down for quite a long time. Okay, so we don't need this PB cone on. That is just a fun thought experiment. Alright, we can put that cone on. We will do a volatility analysis with Laplace distribution cones on next for XRP. 39 cents 39. This is it's quite a slippery slope, this guy. I think people misinterpret it. I don't necessarily think it's to be traded. It's just an area that people are processing noise at. It's more so for timing. So when you see like your hull move in line with certain shit, you can see continuation, right? You can see continuation drives form. Okay, so that's generally what I would be looking at for my hull. Now, any closes above 43 cents, we can look for a continuation to the upside, given these high term time frames are quite low, and this does look like it could be a nice little dick punch to the downside over here at 39.999. I'll leave that in the book. I need to go start looking at Laplace distribution cones. Control Z. Nice. Alright, falling out of the bed, untouched monthly mean. I'd prefer XRP not to get to 48.35 cents this month. Even though it is May, we are sort of we're not nearly halfway through it, we're 1/3 the way through it. It would be nice if XRP doesn't touch daily mean, the monthly mean. Failure points is a weekly mean here at 45.555. Let's go look on our low term time frame. So that is still negative. Obviously, big dumperoo has happened. So 6 hour contracting is now 50-50, same like Bitcoin. Any closes above 42.34. Can look for continuation up into this mean at 43 cents 75. Alright, contraction positive correlate, not so good on the 3 hour. 3 hour is looking for its drive to the downside, given it printed not even 22 minutes ago, and it already had the play to the downside. That could be done for this 3-hour candle. Let's go see if there's anything on the data sets here that are going to turn XRP around. Not so much. This is a 50-50 call. DLP is looking for continuation. Alright, so on the 90 minutes, I've learned not to have hopium. So I just look for continuation. Okay, so if you're a hopium bull, you're looking for 42.34 for continuation target to the upside. If you're a bearish dude, then you're looking for continuation from 4235 to the downside. I'm going to have to pull downside targets up with the 24-hour Laplace distribution cone. So mean reversion could be happening here on the 45 minute. It had already hit its mean, so I think it's just going to be a very choppy range. Now, I don't think we're going to get continuation for about 45 minutes. Also wanting to retreat back to its untouched daily mean, same as BitShit. Looking for, XRP is looking for 1.4%. Bitcoin's looking for 1% mean reversion. Let's see what it's doing. It's coming back down. Yeah. So as we said, there will be some people taking profits, and that's exactly what they did. And any closes, as we say, any closes above these white lines, we'll be looking for continuation to the upside. Is that flipping the 5-minute, 15-minute on BitShit? Okay, so XRP doesn't really need to be put on this. Now, let's go put on our 24-hour Laplace distribution cones and give the homies some viable math. This is the 7-day. I'm just setting up the cone charts for you guys. They're on big. Okay, so I think we start off on the 7-day. Here. Okay, so before we even put the cone on, what can we observe? We can observe that Bitcoin came right down. Actually, this, why is that thing not the right size? Okay, so it's off, but check, it doesn't really matter that it's off, because when I make it right, it will still fit. There. Okay, so what's this blue box that you can see? This blue box is the last time XRP's volatility hit 0. Okay, and this one as well. Alright, so this was on January 1st, pretty much opening of the year. This was the end of January 29th, and then we have a new 7-day flash in here. Okay, this yellow line. These are just absolute liquidity points. When XRP comes to them, like guys, if this 0 point in volatility didn't flash at the top here, it would have wicked through. And that's what I'm saying, it's not TA. This flash could have been down here, and this would have wicked through, and people would have been like, oh, it just wicked to the bottom side of the top candle structure. No, it wicked to the point of 0 volatility. So let's go put the 7-day Laplace distribution cone on. People think I'm absolutely fucking crazy, but hey, people do that if they don't understand. They will think you're crazy for jumping a motorbike. They will think you're crazy for drifting a car. I think that'll be about 11. So now I've got to turn these guys off. Okay. Now, guys, can you see what I am talking about? I need to send screenshots, post them on the Twitter. Alright. So I'm expecting BitShit to do the same thing as what XRP is. XRP is just a little bit weaker, so it's going to respond to pulling back into its cone a little bit faster and a little bit sooner. Now XRP, what can you see? You can see that here at the previous point of 0 volatility, which is not this Laplace distribution cone, we came down and we hit it perfectly. Then we dictated in the previous live stream, any closes above 41.25, you do, this is still bullish posturing. Now that we're down here and it's wicked back up, this is bullish posturing. So we're going to look for a continuation signal on XRP from around about here, 42.84. That, if it can reclaim 42.84, it doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be this 7-day, it could be the next. But if it can reclaim here, that's more than good enough to send the data set back up to 46.27. All right, any regions here, if you start failing this, just we're going to call it 43 cents. If you start failing 43 cents, we are looking for a target down to 35 cents. Okay, so 43 cents is what we can look for continuation on the 7-day. Then we're going to go put on the 24-hour Laplace distribution cone, which is actually right here. Nice, I should have them lined up. Yep. Okay. I have some coffee here, and I actually haven't had coffee yet, and I think that's pretty good. Alright, so Hebe cone onto XRP pants. Oh. There. Is this the right one? It is. Nice. Thanks. Thanks, XRP. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Alright. What can we see? We can see that there is an initial touch to 40 cents on the dot, on the money. That is a pullback. We are looking for a little bit of a dick punch to the downside, even with regards to BTC, given that all the high-term time frames are bearish. So any closes above 40 cents is technically bullish long-term on the 24-hour. Okay, so don't panic. But given it did exit the... Okay, now I'm going to show you something that this is like moon charts, because it's called a guess. Alright, so it moved 13% to that side. Alright, so 13% variance. You can switch it like this. Alright, so it did blow outside of the cone by 13%. Now, this is just something that I use for shits and giggles. Alright, but to recover the variance that it was over here to the mean reversion phase is 39% from current price action. Furthermore, this is also what I do, because equal and opposite reactions. So we're just going to put it on a diagonal, because it would take more than one candle to get there, I reckon. And you'd be looking at a 18-cent XRP on the 24-hour Laplace distribution cone. Okay, let's do some super zooms. I should have got those off. Can't do it without measuring tool. Alright, so what do we got here? Any closes above 42 cents. We look for mean reversion back to 43.81. 43.81. 42. So that's okay. So 43.81 is its halfway region. Yeah. So there will be a trap up here if it does reclaim itself. I can do this. Somewhere in that region, there will be a trap if it does reclaim itself. Let me go mark out where this is. Okay, so that 43, we have our daily mean, where it's going for now. So we put it back on the 7-day. Hi. And it's also at 43. It's just lower than this. Okay. Initial upside target could be in play right now. We're going for mean reversion. Up here, come into play. It gets there if it closes above 42.73. Bit shit. Are you also on your run? Yeah. Alright. Who's taking profit here? Contraction, positive drift. Should have the legs to deny this. There we go. We can take that off. Contraction positively correlated. Still technically has a push up through. We ain't lagging, bro. Returns. Okay, so you can see that there's a mean reversion play coming in. These were little candles, little candles, little candles, big candle. Now this one needs to be double the size in order to pretty much switch off the bear. So you're looking for... Oh, so it's a 0.6. To switch off the bear, it would be at about 0.12. Which is this mean. Alright. Contraction, contraction. I'll delete that. Let's see. Okay, so this is now the bear play coming through. DLP's crossing in. Contraction was positively correlated. May have to wait for one candle, unfortunately. Now we get a little bit surgical, and it closes below this JMA. You will look for returns to the downside. Now we're coming into 27672. Would actually be pretty healthy if they stretch it now from in the next 30 seconds to up here. Actually a bit above it, print the next one above, and then you can have a very nice continuation play up to this daily mean quite quickly. Otherwise 2-3 candles here is going to be 13 candles later. Okay, let me have a sip of this coffee. Also watch this pan. And there we go. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Beautiful pitching. Beautiful pitching. Don't pump it now. Just keep it here. Actually keep it a little lower. Like $2 lower. For the next close. Oh, okay, they're pushing through. Now they've got to make it higher than the wick for continuation. That's your first part of wick, 50-50. Everyone is undecided. We have returns going to the upside. Now it just needs to break above that wick, and you'll see the algos follow it up. So a big buy order would do that. This is contracting. I think the pump will come on the next candle if it's going to be reliable. Okay. You don't push it now, and there you go. So now should just push up to the upside. Go up, make up. Okay, so it's got enough. This is so now what we see. Now we've come into a mean reversion target here. Now that we had a nice expansion of volatility hitting a mean, that does tell me we do have the strength to break through the mean. Okay. Very, very well placed expansion of volatility. You see, and this return oscillator is just is saying it's bearish, but you gotta wait for the direction of volatility to match that. Okay, could be a good place to match that. We're gonna wait for any one of these lines to change colors or direction, and we'll mark that out as a point of price as a volatility book flip there. So it's this region. Come on, are you gonna do anything? So that's XRP there. Where's XRP? Also playing around at its mean. That's perfectly fine. Not looking as strong as Bitcoin. Let's see, and expansion to the downside. So I think the fun time is over. Now you're starting to get short initially. Anywhere below this orange line. Obviously you don't want to be, okay look, I'm on the 1 minute. I wouldn't want to be filling right now. I would have wanted to be a little bit more observative and try to fill $2 or $3 higher, but greed doesn't get you profits, right? But accuracy can help retain them. So I would be looking for a continuation drive down on BTC here, just maybe to in this mean if we start carry on closing below this 27,673. Right, we have hit an outlier event, nothing as of yet. I think it's a nice little liquidity patch. It's 27,631. There we are. Come just get the little liquidity patch. It's not unhealthy. Just do a nice little mean reversion. So that all the indicators, you see now you're not doing a nice little mean reversion. You're going to fucking throw a skew through the book here. Try and be a smart ass. Don't throw a skew through the book. Just come in and touch the mean. Alright, and then everybody can be symmetrically happy. Okay. Hidden bull div, we know that it doesn't really mean much until the volatility allows it to be a hidden bull div. So this is 1 minute. A little bit of a random dumperoo. Is it looking for a trend? I need to maybe go looking for the 5 minute. Come on, man. Okay, so we're getting this initial pullback here. Can be a little bit of a sketchy long, but now this hidden bull div does have something to say it's true, but currently contraction, whilst positive correlated. We will be looking for this entry point down here, 27,632. Furthermore, if it breaks there, this will be the region of trap. Merci beaucoup. Come on, make touch. Make a touch. Make a touch. Oh, okay, so they're gonna try to set the hidden bull div above this mean and then try to continue for 27,667. Let's see. No, that column is not confirmed yet. Okay, so this is the region that you'll look for breakout ranges, and we're coming into now carry on with the downside move here. Bruh, I literally just opened your I said make a 5-minute USD. Alright, make a 5-minute USD. Why you make a XRP 21 day? Contraction. Been nice little outlier event over here. Technically it's still inside the data set. A wick, make a wick. Carry out big bullet. No, more deeper wick, bro. Not that kind of wick. Five-minute robots in disguise. Oh, getting hammered. Someone switched on the iceberg order machine. Ice cream cones for days. Alright, so we can see that XRP is also pretty much a piece of shit like Bitcoin at the current moment, and is looking to get shorted, as we have been stating, by the higher term time frames. What did we say? It's going to be harder for these shitcoins and Bitcoins to be setting in higher highs, as we have these higher term time frames with negative drift, 12-hour. That is sort of flipping. That is negative drift on the 3-hour. So it's very, very hard. I think we find resolution. I think today is honestly, if it saves itself here and doesn't have continuation to the downside, I think this is it just trying to go sideways, putting in a recovery mode from quite a brutal pounding to the downside. Everyone so tradable, and nice, beautiful arches. So I think healthy sideways, collect all that liquidity. Confuse everyone right now. Long, short. Boom. Wednesday, hammer the daily mean up here. The VRE, the weekly VRE up here. Alright, so just hammer it through here, through the day, into this daily mean. If you do that, tomorrow's daily mean is going to print really tight. And then that technically signifies that it can be a trending day if the volatility is like also contracted on the day. How do I put this? If volatility is very close to zero and the VRE is tight, then you can look for like Elon Musk rocket ships kind of thing, if it's bullish, or meteorites if it's bearish. But when volatility is at zero and these yellow lines are really tight, okay, and they're really tight, that's when you can look for continuation. The general structure that you'll be looking to do that in is to close it in this region where we're at. I wouldn't want to break out of this green line from 27,460 or 27,951. When that, if it does close here, it's so hard. Like we're halfway through the day, nearly 14 hours left. If it does close in here whilst doing that, then we know tight daily mean, easy point for continuation either to the upside or the downside. But given that we have we'll have two targets to the upside. On a tight one, we expect it to go to the upside. Okay, so we're not looking so much for a continuation drive anymore out of BTC if it can hold above 27454, in which we demarcated earlier. So a nice little range here to be built in. Alright, bake it in, don't break it above your daily mean up here. Rarely, the higher it goes, not so good. Even the lower it goes, not so good. You want that thing to be tight. Okay, so this is the initial push now back. It's going to have to do quite a bit of work in order to flip this PC. It's just going to say 50-50, which would make sense. It's in between the range. Okay. DLP does have the legs to maybe get it through RO technical analysis. Not technical analysis tools, but how I technically go about it. It is a type of technical analysis, because you have to do it yourself. There we go. Not so good. BTC, not looking so good. Let's go have a look at Ethereum. Okay, wait. Whilst we're doing that, what we'll do is we'll put on 24-hour cones. I should be screenshotting these things. 24-hour cones. Any closes below here looks 42 cents to the downside. Any closes above 43.81, we'll look for continuation to the upside. 7-day targets, similar effect. We have demarcated XRP's daily mean is up here at 43 cents. Same like BTC, wanting it to range from yellow line to these green lines. Furthermore, just inside the reverse wave trend. Okay, so we've got that covered. Now let's move over to Ethereum. Okay, I'm gonna get some coffee going. Okay, still a little bit trappy here on the 14-day. Alright, Ethereum is actually looking a little bit stronger than Bitcoin with regards to it not shitting the bed as of yet. We don't need that cone on right now. Oh, wrong one. I will be checking the YouTube comments now, as I have to turn my other screen on here. Bang, to the downside. Unfortunate, homies. I'd say if you start failing outside of 27,625, you're looking for 27,532. So I'll leave the 1 minute on so that we can start to show you that the majority of these shitcoins daily means are all going to be in the same place. Okay, nice. Alright, sorry for all these heavy spaghettis. Alright, heavy spaghettis. Let's see. Mean reversion to the downside. 50-50. This is Ethereum now. Looking for some expansion to the upside, believe it or not. It will get that if it holds above 1825. Breakout range is 1910. Alright, breakout range 1910. Look for continuation to the upside. I don't even want to say that for Ethereum. I don't even know why my brain's thinking that. But that's a pretty cool target. $22,437. If it does maintain above this now recovered ultimate power mean. Okay. Furthermore, if it does fail like bitshit, you could look for 1705. Okay, if it does break this little region here on the 14-day. Okay, currently it's quite healthy being here. The longer it stays here, there's a lot more liquidity to keep the price stable. Thus, the book isn't so thin. Thus, it's harder to manipulate. Okay, so that's why it's going to go sideways. It's not going sideways for fun. It's going sideways because there's a shit ton of liquidity trying to be traded there, and contraction on the 7-day, or looking like the other poopy coins. Does get its continuation from 1831 to the downside. We'll look for a clean recovery at about $1,500. $1,500. What's going to stop that is 1,680. It's initial reverse wave trend, two reverse wave trend, two reverse wave trend. So it's a healthy pullback at about $1,700. It will maybe come into target around about 15th of May. Alright, so it is quite a big move, I suppose, $100 right now for this coin. Look for about 15th of May, the last minus 3 days. So what's that? Yeah. So from the 12th, look for this region for Ethereum to want to either be here, or indicators that this is saying it's going to be here by then. Alright, so we're going to go look at these other time frame, looking for expansion to the downside. So we are looking to fulfill that target on a 7-day. Expansion, it will lose its it does get its target if it does start closing below 1880. Okay, 3-day reverse wave trend. Unfortunate. There's going to be a little bit of slip. So 1755 on the 3-day. If it starts closing below said orange line here at 1845, starts closing below 1845, you look for 1750. Okay, it's $80-ish move, I'm guessing. If it holds above 1847, you can look for maybe another drive to 1949. So that is about $100 move on the 3-day. Where do you see this get super interesting? Is pretty much at 1845 and 1890. So at 1890, if there is continuation to the downside, sorry, there's people laughing. At 1890, you'll get your continuation from the downside. At 1890, you'll get your continuation to the upside here on the 3-day. Okay. Ethereum 24 hours. 24 hours. You don't have a Ether coin. Oh, y'all don't have an Ethereum coin? Damn. The daily Ethereum coin. Look at that. Okay, we'll do some fancy back testing. All these squiggly wigglies. How come? April 2022. It's 24 hour. Okay, so it'll be about 75. Oh no, I gotta do a little bit more green right there. Okay, I want to make sure that this is on close. I mean open, high, low, close, not on open. Alrighty then. Ethereum, your range is now 1873 to $1,278. Alright, your initial pit stop is here at 1644. So we had these 17 regions. These are not random points. These are statistically significant levels that are highly probably going to be hit, if all this nonsense makes sense, if I'm even able to say it correctly. Alright, so this is its range. Unfortunate. Now, any closes above 1872, you can look for continuation up to its next part of its range at $3,144. As we can see, should have watched the analysis. Go away. Should have watched a analysis on Ethereum when we did have a coin up during these regions. So that is your next target. Again, its previous highs at 2134. Any closes below 1871, you look for continuation to the downside. Alright. Soz Eth, I thought you were looking a little bit more healthy. Let's see if we got a 7-day luxurious coin for some hopium. Because you know what's so funny, this guy, he comes to Zambia. Then wants to start flaunting his new proof of stake. You know what I mean, bro? To say, hey, look, this is maybe going to be good for economy. And what he seems to forget is that Ethereum transactions, one Ethereum transaction is like one person's whole working week here, minimum wage. Right. Now, goes and he makes proof of work into proof of stake. Not so good. He gets hammered again because he gets bottlenecked. Okay? What happens when you get bottlenecked? You gotta pay a premium. What's the premium? Back to its fucking original shitty prices. 60, 30, $5 to send money. Get out of here, man. Look at a percentage model and then go evaluate the population and how much they're willing to spend per transaction. Don't go set a bag of maize meal for a $3 transaction. Like, get out of here, bro. Anyway, alright, so here's our favorite shit coin that is for some reason in the $1,000 price. Who knows why? Okay, so any closes below 222 on the 7 day, 2076 you look for. Mean reversion down to 1330. It does have an initial hidden bull div that can form at 1700, and those are the previous targets that we're shouting out. 1738 was about the one that I could remember, which would be next week's target, or 2 weeks from now. 1736 is 2 weeks from now. As we were saying, round about 3 days minus the 15th of May, so the 12th of May, you're going to look for continuation into these levels. Alright. Now, XRP also taking a poopa-roopa. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You think you're trying to pump, bruh? Think you're trying to pump? No. Who's letting this thing pump? Okay, nice little outlier. Maybe wants to fill itself here at this cross, and then it will look for continuation either side. Here's its initial push into this cross. Mean reversion expansion to the upside. If it gets across, it does have the pop to get to up here. Otherwise, failure below the JMA, look for continuation to down here. XRP on the 1 minute. Alright, go get the cross. No, not gonna allow. Okay, 5 minute ETH mean reversion down to 1840. Roundabout. Yeah. What else can we do? Let's do some ADA. The cow ADA. I appreciate you if you don't click off whilst I am doing this shuffle through the charts. This is trying to do this is actually one of the longest parts of the analysis, and then I think I will do the Laplace distribution cones first here, and then we'll get the direction of volatility. Okay, let me just, okay, so we'll just pop this up here. As you can see, with regards to ADA, it's also and XRP and Ethereum and XRP, Ethereum, ADA, BTC. They all have daily means up here, which are about, since we started the stream, roundabout, this one's 0.6% away. So currently XRP's got the nicest one out of all the assets we have been looking at. There, go there, switch off, okay. Cool. Cool. Some expansion to the downside. Contraction, this is ADA looking for dump. Yeah, so I don't think these crypto markets are going to be too healthy, guys. You're looking for 34.78 on ADA. Its weekly is at 38.78. Where is its current daily? Got to turn all of these off now. Yeah, so it actually failed its daily. Did it touch its yesterday's daily? Untouched daily for... Oh, it did touch its daily. Actually, I want to see what that was. Yeah. Perfect. Alright. I don't suppose anyone is watching, but if you are, I appreciate you. And African Crypto Warlord out. Dumperoo, Tippy Toppy. Check you guys.